What's up guys, my name is Will Guido, and most of you probably know me from this video.
Alright guys, I got a 93 Mazda Miata.
Dump the clutch and turn. No, dump it. You have the gas.
I was mad at it.
Oh my god, you're gonna hit the curb. It's fucked. It's fucked. Oh.
I know, that video was so embarrassing, but it wound up getting like 3 million views, or has 3 million views now. But I am here to show you guys my 2010 BMW 135i. So some of you may remember this car. I actually purchased this off of Chris Rudnick. Now, ever since the first day I saw this car, I fell in love with it. It was so unique. There was just something about the 1 Series that I had never seen the car before. There was just so much personality behind the car. When Chris was moving to Florida, I was driving it for a couple weeks and I fell in love with it. I mean, who wouldn't? This car is just an absolute beast. I think this is the ultimate driving machine that BMW was looking for. Now, it's not perfect by any means. It has its flaws. The wastegates were rattling. It had 122,000 miles on it. It had a few blemishes, like this is just a little one. It's missing that front little valence thing. I think that's what they call it. 2 months after me owning the car, it had actually broken. There was 1 month it broke every single Monday for a whole month. I had to do the serpentine belt one Monday. The next week, if you guys are familiar with N54s, they're really common for carbon buildup in the intake ports. One morning I started it up and it sounded like it was fluttery, almost like a 350Z. And I was like, that's not right. It got really bad one day. At the time, I had 3 stuck open injectors. And this car was dumping gas out of the exhaust. I had never seen anything like it. And I was like, well, that's that. I just bought this sick car. I had seen Chris beat the balls off of it for a year and a half straight. And I was like, you know what? He's never done anything other than just basic maintenance. And I was like, this thing is, wow. Wow, so much wow. Yeah, unfortunately, I got shafted when purchasing this. I mean, he put a water pump in it before that, so that was good. And these are notorious for blowing water pumps. But so this thing has been down for the past 6 months or so. The clutch finally went, and I was like, all right, I'm just gonna take the time to park it and fully go through this thing and dial it in and make it everything I want it to be. It's been a pain trying to get a shop and trying to find all these things and get everything lined up to where I can fully get this thing dialed in and ripping. So that's a little bit of a background of the 135. Here's the engine bay. It's piston oil out of pretty much everything. Every seal. Oil filter housing gasket is leaking, valve cover gasket's leaking, oil pan gasket is leaking. Yeah, I wish I had a flashlight. You can see all of that oil right there on that charge pipe. All the oil right there. Yeah. So this thing was definitely a little more beat up than I thought it was. I had never really taken the time to thoroughly look at it. I just kind of pulled the trigger, jumped the gun, and now I deal with the consequences. So plans with this thing, since it needs turbos, I'm going with pure 600S turbos. I'm going to do all the gaskets and refresh the engine. I went with the spec, the stage 3 clutch and flywheel. The brakes, they were drilled and slotted. I mean, granted, it's been sitting here for a while and they're toasted, but you can see that's supposed to be a slot and that's a drilled hole, and they're kind of corroded away. So all new brakes, Stop Tech pads and rotors, and low pressure fuel pump, catch can. It already has the VRSF downpipes and charge pipe. I got the intakes. I'm waiting for the intercooler. And so yeah, then it'll be full bolt on. Hopefully we're making 450, 500 wheel. And that'll be absolutely insane in this little coupe. But yeah, so I'm gonna start it up for you, and yeah, and then we'll get to the compression test. Oh my gosh, just straight to the floor, nothing there. Hopefully she starts. That'd be a doozy. I mean, the service engine is on. I just got to move badly. One of the rattles right in like the mid pipe area, there's an exhaust rattle, but then also the wastegate is on, and it's just I lost like the enjoyability of driving a BMW. It just felt like driving a piece of shit. So I was like, alright, it's not worth it anymore. Park it so that way I can actually enjoy it and just hop in it, turn the key, and go. Give you guys a sound clip of how bad the wastegate rattle is. Like, that is god awful. It's not even enjoyable to drive at that point. Like, there's just how the wipers are still going. Hello? Okay. So, me forgetting BMW is the way they are, I totally forgot that you have this front cowl that you have to take off if you even want to take the engine cover off, or anything. What do you even, like, come look at this. I'm sure someone's gonna know what this is. I don't. What's the point of this? Please tell me. Master Tech Dom, do you know?
No, I don't know.
It is cold out. Very cold out. That plug just got me. Ooh, nice. This is like awkwardly tight in here. It's getting tighter.
Well, it'll make a good video if it snaps.
It's getting tighter. Dude, why is it getting tighter?
They've probably never been changed before.
No, they have. I remember the huge ordeal it was to get a socket to fit down. Because if you don't have the special BMW spark plug socket, I guess it's like a 12. You got to get a 12.12 mil, and then Chris and I had to shave it down, like the sidewalls. It was a nightmare. Just I remember it took it was like 3-4 hours. It took Chris to change the spark plugs.
Huh. Cross-thread them right in.
Yeah, dude, that's what I'm thinking. We're getting there. Wow. That's not
What you
okay.
want to see? Lubricate the threads.
Oh, I can't wait to get a shot. This is not ideal right here.
That end and that end and the other end and the other end.
Something like that.
Battery lights flashing.
Battery lights flashing. On the camera?
Correct.
It's fully charged.
It's fucking cold outside. Kill the batteries.
No way. And it's not even like this is my first time using this camera, dude. I read on a forum Some guy said 150 to 200. I felt like that was a pretty big gap. This other guy said he tested his at 131K and he got 170 across the board, and cylinder 1 was 165. So that's the number I'm hoping for.
Alright, go for it. Alright.
What do we got?
Right around 155, 150. Alright, you're good.
What do we got?
Like 160. Alright, you're good. 150 again. Action.
So this is cylinder 4, spark plug, actually dripping oil. So that's, wow, not bad, have you?
Yeah.
Wow.
That old Civic I did was that bad.
Wow.
Surprised it's not misfiring, but
Yeah, I don't understand how this was ever okay.
alright, you're good.
It's like starting to die.
Yeah, this one only went up to 140. But that's just because the battery's pretty weak.
So I don't know if you guys heard that right there. Kind of sounded like the battery was starting to die, and it only read 140 PSI. I'm going to get a jump pack tomorrow, finish up the last 2 cylinders. But yeah, so anyways, I am very happy with the compression test results so far, and I will see you guys tomorrow.